Hey guys, LevelCap here, and welcome to This Week in Gaming, the series where I cover all the most important gaming news of the week. This week was a big one for Ubisoft and fans of Star Wars Battlefront. If you're interested in a particular news story, feel free to click its title to skip right to it. Mobile users, check the description for timestamps. Now first up, The Division is the fastest selling title Ubisoft has ever published. Fortunately, despite early launch day server issues, the game seems to be running quite well for everyone. Digital Foundry is reporting both the PS4 and Xbox One are running The Division at a stable 30 frames per second, while the PS4 can run it in 1080p. The Xbox One uses dynamic resolution scaling to keep the frame rate locked to 30 FPS. However, both versions look essentially the same. And on PC, The Division seems to be running quite well on a variety of hardware configurations. However, achieving high frame rates is proving to be difficult or even impossible in some situations. EA has also released new details on their upcoming Outer Rim expansion for Star Wars Battlefront. As theorized, the two new heroes will be Greedo and Yen Num. It's indicated that Greedo will be able to shoot first, and Yen Num will have a precision sniper rifle that I'm sure will be upgraded from the basic weapon. They also announced new weapons and gear such as the V10 rifle, a D12 blaster pistol, the scattergun, Deoxys grenade, and adrenaline stim cards. We already saw a few concept images of what Jabba's palace will look like, but now we have an image of the Sullust map, and it appears to be very similar to the location where Anakin and Obi-Wan had their first duel around the lava river in episode 3. Now last week I reported that Gears of War Ultimate Edition was having significant issues for PC AMD users, and while Microsoft has yet to improve the situation, they have let loose a hint that Gears of War 4 may be coming to PC. During a video interview with studio head Rod Ferguson, he replied with an optimistic sounding possibly to being asked if Gears of War 4 would be on PC. I can't imagine anyone who's currently playing Gears of War Ultimate Edition on AMD PCs is particularly excited about this news, and I hope they remedy the situation before talking more about upcoming games. And switching gears, it looks like Overwatch has gotten a firm release date of May 24th. While Overwatch is launching at $40, there will be an open beta happening from May 5th to May 9th. Anyone who's still on the fence about Blizzard's first foray into the FPS genre will have a chance to test out the game before release. Now moving to a veteran of the FPS genre, Doom had its upcoming multiplayer revealed this week in a rather brutal trailer. People who pre-ordered Wolfenstein: The New Order will have beta access to Doom's multiplayer starting on March 31st. Based on the trailer, the multiplayer looks to be a great rehash of classic FPS arena games like Quake and Unreal Tournament. Personally, I'm quite excited about the next Doom title, as it appears id is returning to its roots in the best way possible. Torn Banner Studios, the developers of Chivalry, have announced their new game, Mirage Arcane Warfare. Coming out sometime later this year, Mirage is supposed to take the core gameplay DNA from Chivalry and explode it with a range of new bloody, brutal combat possibilities, thanks to the addition of powerful magic. Chivalry's popularity came from it being a mostly niche game that felt almost thrown together by modders. While it's certainly fun, it also starts to feel kind of generic once you get over its more comical approach to medieval combat. Hopefully Mirage will be a richer experience. Another game that will hopefully improve on its predecessor's design, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, had a dev diary video drop this week focused on gameplay mechanics. While the devs didn't go into too much detail, they did make it clear that combat would be an improved experience over the original game. The zombie game Dying Light is probably the best recent example of free running in a video game, so it'll be interesting to see how Catalyst does comparatively when it's released on May 24th. And speaking of saturated genres, Xaviant Games' latest hit, The Culling, is looking to take over as king of the pile in FPS multiplayer survival genre. Now available in early access on Steam, The Culling is getting pretty favorable reviews, most of which note that its Hunger Games style of gameplay is a relative breath of fresh air in the survival genre. Set to release in 2017, The Culling still has a way to go before it'll be finished. Despite that, it seems like an enjoyable game which has raised the bar of competition in its genre, which I suppose was only a matter of time considering its competitors DayZ and H1Z1 are visually mediocre and riddled with bugs. Finally, on somewhat of an odd note, Oculus VR have confirmed via an announcement that Elite Dangerous will be a launch title for the Rift. Elite Dangerous currently supports the Rift, and Oculus have stated that all current Elite Dangerous and Horizon Season Pass owners can get the Oculus version for free. So it seems more like Oculus is using Elite Dangerous as an incentive to get people to sign up to their store platform than actually building additional support into the game. Elite Dangerous has had Oculus support for a long time now, so acting like this is something new and exciting appears to be more of a marketing tactic than anything. And I don't know about what you guys have been hearing, but I've been hearing a lot about how awesome the Vive is and not a whole lot about the Oculus, so maybe this is Oculus starting to panic about their competitors. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's episode of This Week in Gaming. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more of our news episodes, tune in every week. We're trying to launch them on Saturdays or at least on the weekend. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.